Durk's been having a tough time in jail, according to reports. Apparently, Quando Rondo's been trying to get back at him. Rumor has it, Durk had to be moved to another prison quickly because of some issues in his cell block. Being a big-name rapper probably made him a target for things like commissary and money. The next day, Quando Rondo and his close friend Lil Tim did separate interviews, but they pretty much said the same thing. Lil Tim, who was involved in the situation with King Von, admitted that the whole thing could have been avoided.
To know, like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, yeah, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying f***ing shit like that, cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like, at the end of the day, they ain't never.
Even Quando Rondo said he wished things had gone down a different way. He also pointed out that Durk's got a family and a lot of responsibilities, but he still ended up risking it all. Fans think Quando's statement was just a way to shift attention from what's really going on with Lil Durk in jail. Durk himself made a call from jail, making it clear he's not scared and isn't going into protective custody. The post about the call said, "Just got off the phone with my brother Lil Durk. He's in good spirits, staying positive and focused on getting back home to his kids and family. We're not here to glorify negativity. We're more than just street guys. We're men with values. No matter how much money we've got, the code stays the same. Bros out there with everyone else, no protective."
All the way.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. It could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever like that. It could have got handled in a legit way, in the music.
Because of his fame, Lil Durk was offered protective custody, but he decided not to take it. DJ Academics later shared his thoughts on the phone call being made public and didn't seem too happy about it. He said, "Look, with all due respect to whoever 900 Brar is, I get it. Durk is fighting for his life. Maybe he wanted to send a message to the people, but honestly, this wasn't the best way to do it. If you're going to share something, let Durk say what he needs to say and leave it at that. We don't need to hear all the extra."
Call to a federal prison.
Say what, bro?
I said, I know you're but if you need anything, you know I got you.
You know, I appreciate it. You know, it's all that count,
yeah. Yeah, I know how that be, but it don't matter.
Back and forth, listening to this, it feels like this might not have been how Durk wanted to communicate with everyone for the first time. Anything he says is going to blow up anyway. Even if you mean, well, saying stuff like, "We don't move off money" or whatever, it just doesn't hit right. It feels off. Bro.at the same time, fans are starting to think Quando might be plotting something against Durk while he's locked up. This theory comes from the federal investigation into their Lyrical beef, which really blew up after King Von's death. Quando dissed Von in a track with lyrics like "Man ran up on me, then we sprayed him. I'm talking lights out. We do the dash in that Durango jumped out with that pipe out. So tell them to pipe down." In response, Durk's lyrics seem to fire back with a warning to Quando's crew they like Durk. He a singer, he won't do something. You can believe whatever you want. I got your folks hit. Things got even more heated after reports suggested Durk's crew might have been involved in an incident targeting Lil Pab, adding even more drama to the situation.
We ain't never moved off money. Except for that first time. Once it was that, it was that. Once it was like then, everything was history.
Yeah. I feel back to your same. I can't help it like shit. Where you from? What you got going? I'm in too, yeah.
Man, what? The PC. Hey.
They thought they saw the computer, you downstairs, they be like, "Man, you know man, send me upstairs. Whatever it is, I gotta tap to you." Nah, for sure. Can't go no more.
So it looks like Quando's getting pretty worried about going after Durk. There were reports that Durk's team found OTF Jam hiding out in a house just outside Atlanta. Sources are saying Jam got some kind of punishment for snitching on Durk, and a photo of where he was staying got out. Ever since then, Jam's been keeping quiet, but that's just the start of it. Brick Baby came out and straight up called out Durk, saying he was involved in Lil Pab's passing before he got arrested. He even said, "No one can say Durk didn't slide for King Von anymore because they got Lil Pab." So, Durk's lawyers have told him to stay low until the trial starts, especially now that the case is starting to reveal some of the evidence in court. Word around the courthouse is that there's footage of Jam recording how OTF was planning to go after Quando Rondo's crew. OTF members are apparently pretty mad at Jam for this, so they started looking back at his old Instagram lives to see how he'd been acting. That's when they found moments where they think Jam might have been wearing a wire because he kept touching his body in a way that seemed suspicious. Jacket Lee, like back in the applause day on your ain't G-Lie, man. Hey, when I was grew up to dare all that hooing on the end, got your so. They also found this interview with Jam where he's basically thanking Durk for everything he's done for him, like paying for his protection while he was in prison, buying him a house, and even a car. In the interview, Jam was talking about how he just came home not too long ago, saying, I've been out a little over a year now. I did 12 years flat, served my time, and nobody knew me, you know. I didn't even know these guys at first, but I knew of them. Durk solid though. He said, Jam, get out of that jam. I'm giving you 50 grand. You don't have to ask again. And he really did.
With all due respect to whoever 900 brother is, again, with all due respect to you, the guy's fighting for his life. I get it. Maybe for whatever reason, which I still think would be a dumb reason. Let's say that Durk wants to address the people. You know how you put this out? You say, yo, Durk, we on. You let him say what he's saying to the public and you cut it off. We don't need to hear y'all back and forth. Because a lot of this audio kind of feels like maybe this wasn't how Durk wanted to first communicate with everybody in the world. Anything he does is going to go viral. Having a conversation about, you know, even if you think it's in good faith, yo, we don't move off money, nah, blah, blah, blah. It don't sound right. Don't sound right.
So you can imagine how heartbroken Durk must have felt when Jam switched sides, especially after all Durk did for him, including handing over $50K in cash. And Jam's emotional in the interview too, crying and talking about getting milk, holding his money, feeling overwhelmed. It's wild how all this turned out. The crazy part is Jam had just got out after serving 12 years. The reason he turned on Durk though was because he got caught with a gun just a few months after he was released. He knew he couldn't go back to jail, so he made a deal to become a federal informant on Durk. On top of that, they're planning to use some of Durk's lyrics against him in court. There's this line where Durk says, look on the news and see your son screaming no, no, which some people think is a reference to Quando Rondo being upset over the Lil Pop situation. There's also another line that says they got the addy, they got the location, which could be connected to Brick Baby possibly giving up Quando Rondo's location. Brick Baby even said he would have dropped the location if Durk asked because he's loyal to him. So, with some help from OFF, the feds ended up finding this old video of King Von just chilling with 3 of the suspects. It showed that they were really close with OFF and probably had some sort of connection with Lil Durk, the solitary boss. You good, my boy? It got real in here. Man, cuz he just stepped in the money man stay. And so, as the case started coming together for the prosecutors, Charleston White spoke up about why he's actually happy Durk got taken in. He called it a real win, saying it's a dark force from Chicago that spread across the country. He even said, I don't think we'll hear real music again, and I don't think real rappers will ever be celebrated the same way. It's a win for regular people who like hip-hop but don't want to deal with the violent side of IT. But what really helped the feds was getting Lil Durk's bond denied, all because of one Instagram Live. The feds showed a clip from the day Lil Pop passed away and explained how criminals sometimes try to create an alibi for themselves. They think Durk was doing exactly that with this live. They can't see us, boy.
Can't believe it.
Right?
She turned me to a
Slap, say slap,
Wanna back me ain't seen no. Back to back hits like a ream. BNT Roy was scheme.
Little boy, this is real water. You white, all jewels, DY all over for real. Hey, I know what it be, too blood. What's that like? Everybody that sees you. He did not guilty to the murder of higher charges related to an alleged plot against Quando Rondo. The detention hearing is set for December 12th. Durk was arraigned in LA after being moved from a federal jail in Miami.